about premarital cohabitation is good for marriage. Premarital cohabitation is a couple living together and share a bed without registered married. It is a living style with no promise and a legal constraint. It is a culture tsunami that affects a lot of people's lives nowadays. In 1970s, an unmarried female and an unmarried male living together is very uncommon. Actually, it was a deviant thing that cannot accept by the society during that time. However, then came the sexual revolution. Feminists instigate women should go to the college study, go to find a job, but not a husband. According to the increasing position of female, the acceptance of premarital cohabitation becomes higher as well. According to a national marriage project analysis of Census Bureau data, the number of cohabiting couples has grown from 439,000 in 1960 to 6,445,000 in 2007. And now I'm going to propose 4 advantages of premarital cohabitation. First is premarital cohabitation can get to know your partner's true selves as soon as possible. It can insight each other more and avoid some arguments after marriage. After all, when people fall in love, they will try their best to disguise themselves, willing to pay for each other and gallant them. Premarital cohabitation can be said as a simulation of marriage, can let each other have a general understanding of each other's living habits. Second, premarital cohabitation can help couples to divide the work clearly. Many married people may complain about the housework dividing because now women are not, as before, always staying home and be a professional housewife. Thus, living in before marriage may let couples perform well of doing housework and divide it clearly under the loving pressure. Third, living in before marriage can make men enhance their responsibility. Living together have to face a lot of problems, especially financial problems. The couples have to face it together. It can let men face more pressure and know the difference between falling in love and marriage. Men have to endure more reality things and pay more men's responsibility. The last is living in before marriage can let women become more considerate. Women can know the difference between love and marriage after living in. They cannot be effeminate and naive in a cohabitation relationship, and they have to know they are not the princes anymore after their marriage. They have to learn to stand and tolerate their partners, because this is two people's things and both sides have to sacrifice something to keep the relationship. Therefore, living in can let women know the pressure of marriage. However, some people may propose some counter-arguments of premarital cohabitation. First is, some people may say that premarital cohabitation will let couples understand each other, cannot accept and lead them to break up. However, couples can know others' disadvantages before marriage actually is a good thing. A new United States government study had found nearly half of first marriages break up within 20 years. Take my cousin for example. She married with her managers, and they didn't living in before marriage. Her ex-husband is very handsome and have stable salaries and humor. However, after they married, she found out her husband is a really disgusting people. He never wash his clothing, and the most disgusting thing is that he always put his wearing socks and throw it under the bed. One day my cousins were cleaning the house, and she found out there are plenty of socks, and she felt it is really intolerant, and she cannot endure it anymore. After about 1 year, and they divorced. Thus, I think premarital cohabitation can avoid divorce problems and decrease the divorcing rate. Second, some people may say that living in before marriage may let couples tired of others. Nonetheless, marriage is a long thing that may last for decades. If the couples tired of each other during the period of premarital cohabitation, it can help them to get clear understanding earlier and leave each other before marriage, not to waste others' time and to have a wrong mate that going to marry. Last, some people may say that living in because living in have no legal constraints, so your partners may leave easily. However, if your partners will leave you because of no legal promise, then the person may not be the good one that you have to pay your whole life with. To sum up, premarital cohabitation is a trend in now society, and in nowadays they are not strict for this as before. I think people have to try to living in before marriage, and this is really good for your marriage. Thank you for your listen.